Hello, everybody. Intuition here. Thank you, as always, for making time and space for us. Today, we would like to pose the question, who the hell are you lying to? What do you mean? What are you talking about? What are you rambling on about now, intuition? Well, we would love to go into it. Thank you so much for taking the time to ask. Many of us lie to ourselves each and every day. We are lying to ourselves because we are having to go through an internal self-talk, an internal self-dialogue about, well, you know what? I want to go out and I want to hang out with my friends, and I want to go out on this Tinder date with this person that I met, and I want to go and work at this job, and I want to do this and I want to do that. And you have to sit and talk yourself into everything it is that you're about to go and do. But the question is, if you really wanted to do those things, then why do you have to have an internal dialogue in order to actually get the job done? And many people would say, well, that's just anxiety. Well, that's just fear. Well, that's just how I get things done. That's how I get myself in the mental state, in the mental capacity to do what it is that I'm about to do. But if you have to go through so much of a rigmarole in order to actually get the thing done that you clearly say that you want to do, then are you lying to yourself about actually wanting to do what it is that you said that you wanted to do? Because if you genuinely wanted to do what it is that you said that you wanted to do, you wouldn't have to have a conversation about it. You wouldn't have to figure out what it is that you're going to wear, what it is that you're not going to wear. Am I going to look silly or stupid if I wear this? Am I going to look silly or stupid if I say this? Am I going to look stupid if I don't do this, if I do this? So if I go, if I don't go, what car should I take? What avenue should I take? Which road should I take to get there? If you have to go through so many questions, if you have to go through so many thought processes, if you have to figure it out before you actually get there, then that is not anxiety. That is not your process of how you figure it out and getting in the right headspace. That is you lying to yourself. That is you creating a distance between what it is that you said that you wanted to do and you actually doing it. Because if you really wanted to do what it is that you said that you wanted to do, then you would have done it already. In the time it takes you to go through the mental processing and states that it is that you are having to go through within your head, you could have done it. You could have put the clothes on. You could have gotten yourself in the car. You could have been halfway there. You could have went on the date already. You could have read the book. You could have gone to that job interview. But again, if you're going through all of this insanity within your own head, having to talk to all these voices within your own head, and you promise everybody that you're not crazy, but yet you're having an internal dialogue with yourself about why you need to do this and why you should do this and why you want to do this and how you should get there and what you should wear and how you hope you don't look silly if you do this, and you look fat in this dress and you look too skinny in this dress shirt. Well then, again, do you really want to do it anyway? Because if you really wanted to do it, like we said, you would do it. So, the question then, therefore, is, if you're having to put yourself through all of that just to get out of the house, just to do what it is that you said that you wanted to do, then who the hell are you lying to? Are you lying to yourself? Are you lying to the person or the situation or the event that you said that you wanted to go to? There's something inside of you that is questioning if you really want to do these things, and therefore that is why you're having to talk yourself into doing it. Because that's really all an internal dialogue. That's really what that inner critic, that's really all it is that you're going through. Just you talking yourself into doing the damn thing that you said you wanted to do in the first place. But there must be a question inside of you if you're having to have an internal dialogue about it. Because again, if you really wanted to do the damn thing, there'd be nothing that is holding you back from doing it. Not anything. You wouldn't even be getting into the insanity that is going on within your head to have an internal dialogue, to have a conversation about it. There'd be nothing to discuss. There would simply be your enthusiasm to get it done. But you sitting and questioning every move that you make is not your enthusiasm about doing the thing that you said that you wanted to do. That is you trying to talk yourself out of what it is that you are trying to do in a very neurotic, crazy way. So, who are you lying to, and why are you lying to you? Because again, we'll answer the question for you. You're lying to yourself, but not really. You're not doing a great job. Because again, if you have to talk yourself into it or out of it, then you're not really lying to yourself. You're just having a very long, drawn-out conversation with yourself, justifying why you should or shouldn't do something. and you could have done it already, or you could have found something that you really genuinely want to do that you don't have to have a conversation with yourself about to actually get done. That is the essence that you're looking for. That's the shit that you really need to be looking into doing, the things that you don't need to have a conversation about within yourself to do. That's how you know you're moving in the right direction, if there is such a thing as right or wrong. That's how you know you're moving more in an attunement with all it is that you are, when you don't have to sit and have an inner dialogue about what it is that you're about to do. When you don't have to sit and justify why you should wear this dress or why you shouldn't wear this dress, or I hope I don't get the ick on this date, or I hope I do get the ick on this date, or I don't look as masculine as I can in this dress shirt, or I don't look as strong like I've been working out at the gym if I wear something like this. Who gives a shit? Apparently not even yourself. Because you're having to go through all of this crazy insanity within your head just to get it done. And if you really wanted to get it done, it wouldn't matter what's standing in your way, you would simply do it. So instead of lying to yourself, and therefore lying to the event, the situation, the person, the engagement that you promised yourself or the other that you'd go to, make this world a better place and cancel that damn plan. Stop lying to yourself. Do something different for yourself. Stop lying to everybody else in the wake of your denial about what it is that you do or do not want to do in the first place. Usually, if you're lying to yourself, it is the idea that you want the outcome, but not everything it takes in order to get what it is that you want. I really, really want that job. You don't want that fucking job. Stop it. You don't want it. You know what you want from that job. The money. That's what you want. I really want to go on that date. Do you? Really? Or do you just want that potentiality of intimacy after the date? No, I really want to connect. That is also intimacy on that date. So again, ask yourself, am I lying to myself by saying that I really want to go on this date, that I really want this job, that I really want to go to this place? Or is it that I want the outcome of what it is that I think may or may not happen in me doing all of this nonsense in order to get to the destination? Because those are very different things. And if that is really what it is that you're after, you want the intimacy after the date, you want the money that comes with the job, you want the notoriety that comes with the friends that you have to hang out with, well, then there's a different way of going about that that isn't compromising yourself and isn't involving you lying to yourself and everybody else around you within the room to get it done. Because every time you lie to yourself, you're creating more space between you and yourself, and you and the potentiality of making a real connection with another individual or another inanimate object. But because you lied to yourself saying, I really want to be here, I really want to do this, then guess what? You're making this world a shittier place. You're making this world a shittier place because you're lying to yourself, then therefore when you actually get out of the house and go to wherever it is that you're trying to go to, you're having a disingenuous connection with a thing, with a person, with an object. And in the time that you had to sit and have a mental dialogue within yourself before you left the house, in the middle of you getting from point A to point B, and while you're actually at the destination, I'm sure you're still having that internal dialogue because you're still probably having to justify why you're there on that date with that person when you know you shouldn't be, hanging out with those friends who you really cannot stand, but you know that they get all the notoriety and likes on the social media pages. You hate and cannot stand this job, however, you keep on having to do it because you know that you're going to get the money afterwards. Every time you do that, you're making this world shittier because you are unhappy and having to do that, and you are creating a false connection with everybody else that is involved, on top of the fact that you are having an internal dialogue within yourself while you're doing all these damn things to begin with, that is actually getting in the way of something that could be even better for you, but you can't even see it because you're in the middle of having an insane conversation with yourself, trying to justify why you should or shouldn't be doing the damn thing that you said that you wanted to do in the first place. So, are we lying to ourselves today? Many of us are on some level about something. So, what are you lying to yourself about? And why do you feel like you must in order to get the result in which you think that you could not get otherwise? because we assure you that you could get that result in a more meaningful way without having to sacrifice yourself on the journey to get there. But who are we to tell you anything at all? So we simply offer a suggestion, offer another lens to look through, should you wish to look through it that way, or you could just keep on doing everything that you've been doing before you heard any of this craziness come out of our mouth. As always, we thank you for making time and space, and we wish you well in your lies to yourself. May you convince yourself one day that this is the thing that you actually really want to do. Or, even better, may you actually find what it is that you want to do, and therefore don't have to lie to yourself about doing it and having to do it in the first place. Well wishes.